On Continuum today, the story of one of my favorite young men in this ministry. Joey's search for Christ began out of heartbreak and a senseless tragedy that started right here in the Buddhist temple.
I became a monk so I could discover the true meaning of life and of life after death. I became consumed by these questions when my girlfriend died, suddenly and senselessly, by a gunshot wound to the head. Guilt compelled me to find answers, and I assumed orders as a Buddhist monk.
Joey Butipankar had a typical Buddhist upbringing in a middle-class neighborhood in Bangkok. Joey was introduced to music at a young age, and by high school, practiced guitar religiously.
The music studio in my neighborhood became my second home. I was a good kid, but when I entered high school, I started running with the wrong crowd. I thought that drugs and music go hand in hand, and as my music skills progressed, so did my drug use.
Soon, Joey was addicted to heroin, a particularly cheap and accessible drug in Bangkok at that time.
Me and my friends got high, played music, that was life. Then I fell for a girl who wanted me to quit drugs.
Joey's girlfriend helped him battle his drug addiction. Eventually, he got clean and began to live a life without drugs. Joey and his girlfriend were happier than they'd ever been. They could not have foreseen how drastically their lives were about to change.
My girlfriend and I had grown very close during our time together, but one day we got into an extremely nasty fight. I ran off after saying some terrible things. That was the last time I ever saw her alive.
As Joey stewed in anger, his girlfriend was in her apartment playing with her friend's gun. The gun went off. The bullet went straight into her head.
When I heard the news of my girlfriend's death, I became inconsolable. The way we'd left things, the fact I'd never be able to take back what I'd said, I somehow felt responsible for her death. Up until then, I'd never thought about what happens when you die, or if there even was life after death. So becoming a monk was, in my thinking, a way I could apologize to my girlfriend, and a way to seek enlightenment.
Joey's first month as a Buddhist monk was spent in a dark, shallow cave, attempting to attain the peace his soul so desperately craved.
The cave was intensely disturbing. I felt an evil presence there, as if demons were screaming into my brain to torment me. Day after day, prayer after prayer, quiet hour after quiet hour, wasn't getting me anywhere in the enlightenment process. One night, I could swear there was a demon in there with me, and I screamed in terror, a blood-curdling scream that brought no comfort. I was so scared, I finally left the monks behind and went home.
Joey returned home without answers, still mourning for his girlfriend, and riddled with guilt.
After my failed attempt at discovering the real meaning of life, my drug use hit an all-time high. I spiraled out of control. I was high day and night. I'd cut all of my friends out of my life.
As Joey's life disintegrated, his mother became a born-again Christian. Immediately, she began interceding to the Lord for her troubled son.
One day, my mother asked me if I wanted to go to church with her. I was surprised that she was going to church and said, "No way, I'm a Buddhist." My mother continued praying for me, and many times I felt the peace of God even when I was doing drugs. One day, when I was alone in the house, I sensed God speaking to me. "I will protect you. I love you. You're my son."
Joey came to the breaking point and surrendered himself to God's love. He went with his mother to church the following Sunday and gave his life to Christ. His mother sent him to a drug rehab center in Chiang Mai, where he remained for 3 months.
My first Sunday back, God offered me to go to Bible school. It seemed to fit with what I needed, a strong network of friends around me, and a chance to really discover the truth about God and His purpose for my life.
At Bible college, Joey discovered how his passion for music and his newfound love for Jesus were connecting into a destiny he could lay hold of. He plugged into worship and music recording, where he wrote, produced, and recorded worship albums that churches across Thailand still use.
I've discovered my purpose in life. My heart and my dream is to train worshipers to move into a new level, both in skill and intimacy with God in worship. Today, I teach music in an international Bible school, and I'm seeing musicians not only from Thailand, but from all over Asia connecting with worship and learning how to produce music as well, which is a vital part of the church in any nation.
Joey's story is not only heartwarming, but it's tremendous to see this young man rise up and fulfill the vision and the purpose of God on his life. And you know, all across Asia and all across the world, you and I and all of the people that sit in dark places and cry out, God, if you can do something for me. And on Continuum today, we want to bring you these stories as we go into some of the darkest and most desperate places and most desperate lives in the world. But I want to encourage you today, because our story is not over, your story is not over. God has more in the future for every one of us as we continue to seek, cry out to Him, God, there's more, and we want to walk in the fullness of everything that you have for us. So I want to invite you back every Friday. You be here where you see this program running, and we'll come back with a new program, a new story of the miracle working power of God as He breaks through lives across Asia.